Ilona Staller was born in Budapest in the early years of the Cold War. Her father worked as a government functionary in Hungary's communist regime, while her mother was a midwife. Growing up under state censorship and control, Ilona's exposure to Western ideals was limited but deeply intriguing to her. Birth of Ilona. Her adolescence was marked by rebellion and fascination with freedom. After studying languages and modeling in Hungary, she took a job as a model for the Hungarian National Gallery. It was during this time that she began dreaming of a different life, one rooted in artistic and personal freedom. In the early 1970s, she left Hungary and moved to Italy, where she would redefine herself. In Italy, Ilona adopted the stage name Ilona, a diminutive that roughly means little cuddly one. She began her media career working at a state-run radio station, where she hosted shows that featured overtly content, a novelty at the time. Her sensual voice and openness about taboo topics made her a cult figure. From there, she transitioned into Italian television and became a regular fixture on late-night variety shows. What set Ilona apart was her fusion of overt sexuality with an innocent, almost childlike persona, blonde curls, flower crowns, and a soft voice discussing orgasms and freedom in the same breath. It made her simultaneously disarming and scandalous. By the late 1970s, Ilona entered the mature film industry, where she rapidly rose to international fame. She was among the first mature actresses to gain mainstream notoriety. Her films, often mixing fantasy, politics, and explicit content, were pioneering in their mix of mature films and theatrical performance art. Filmography highlights Telefono Rosso, 1986, Ilona Amore Mio, 1987, La Dottoressa di Campagna, 1987, Fantastica Ilona, 1988, Ilona No. 1, 1988. Her performances were not just explicit. They often carried political subtext about repression, censorship, and freedom. Her persona blurred the lines between mature film star, avant-garde artist, and political agitator, music and cultural crossover. In addition to her film career, Ilona recorded pop albums filled with playful, risque lyrics. Songs like Muscolo Rosso and San Francisco Dance gained underground popularity, particularly among fans who appreciated her camp appeal and unapologetic. She also released photo books, appeared in international media, and collaborated with visual artists, becoming a multimedia icon of libertine expression. Political career, from films to parliament. In one of the most sensational moves in European political history, Ilona entered the political arena in the mid-1980s. In 1987, she was elected to the Italian Chamber of Deputies as a member of the Radical Party, a libertarian group known for supporting civil liberties, nuclear disarmament, and drug decriminalization. Her parliamentary platform included legalization of mature films and same-sex marriage, sex education in schools, environmental protection, and animal rights, decriminalization of drug use, opposition to nuclear power and military conflict. Her tenure in Parliament was marked by scandal and spectacle. She often delivered speeches with one breast exposed, a calculated form of protest that symbolized transparency and rebellion against political hypocrisy. Perhaps her most controversial gesture came during the Gulf War, when she publicly offered to have sex with Saddam Hussein in exchange for peace. The stunt made international headlines and solidified her reputation as a provocateur who used sexuality as a political weapon. Personal life and relationship with Jeff Koons. In 1991, Ilona married American contemporary artist Jeff Koons, whose work explores themes of commercialism, eroticism, and kitsch. Their marriage was both romantic and performative. They posed for explicit artwork in Koons's Made in Heaven series, which featured hyper-realistic sculptures and photographs of the couple in poses. They had a son, Ludwig, in 1992. However, the relationship quickly fell apart, and a bitter international custody battle ensued. Ilona accused Koons of abuse, while Koons accused her of kidnapping their child by fleeing to Italy. Despite lengthy legal proceedings, she retained custody. Later years and continued activism. Ilona remained active in public life long after a mature film and political careers. She occasionally appeared on reality TV shows, gave lectures on sexual freedom, and campaigned for various causes, including animal rights. prison reform, and anti-censorship laws. In 2002, she attempted a comeback in politics, launch her own party, the Party of Love, Partido del Amore, which advocated for legal prostitution, improved sexual education, and more humane drug laws. Though it didn't achieve electoral success, it reaffirmed her identity as a lifelong activist. She also filed a legal petition to receive a parliamentary pension, arguing that despite her notoriety, she had fulfilled her term as a public servant and should be treated equally under the law. Legacy: a revolutionary or a publicity stunt. Ilona is an extremely polarizing figure. Critics argue that her career trivialized both politics and feminism, reducing activism to provocation. Others see her as a trailblazer, a woman who used her body, voice, and platform to challenge oppressive norms and spark conversation. What's indisputable is that she transcended the boundaries of mature entertainment, becoming one of the first actresses to hold political office, a symbol of sexual liberation in post-war Europe, a muse for contemporary art, pop culture, and feminist theory. She paved the way for discussions around the intersections of sex, power, and media long before it was common. Cultural references and influence. Ilona has been referenced in songs by artists like Marilyn Manson and Peaches, art installations and feminist performance art, documentaries and academic studies on sexual politics, fashion campaigns embracing retroeroticism and rebellious femininity. She remains a symbol of both radical freedom and aesthetic excess, standing alone as a figure who lived a public life without shame, restraint, or apology. Final thoughts. Ilona's story is one of contradiction, eroticism and intellect, scandal and sincerity, politics and performance. Whether viewed as a libertarian, a performance artist disguised as a politician, or a woman simply determined to live on her own terms, Ilona Staller has secured her place in history as one of the most unique cultural figures of the late 20th century.